What's up, guys? Welcome to Fantasy Smack Talk. I'm Dustin. There's a lot of stuff going on in the NBA right now. You got the All-Star game coming up. You got the trade deadline coming up in a couple weeks. And first thing I want to do is just give you a list of names of guys that could benefit from a trade that might be available in your fantasy league. And we start with Flip Murray, only owning 5% of leagues. The guy's been playing great lately. Double-digit scoring in 7 of his last 8 games, and there's been a lot of trade rumors involving DJ Augustine. If Augustine gets shipped out of town, this could open the door for Flip to get a few more minutes. Next, Tyler Hansbrough. He's dealing with the ear injury that's kept him out a long time, but there's been a lot of rumors with Troy Murphy getting traded, which could definitely open the door for Hansbrough if he can get healthy. He's only owning 5% of leagues. Tracy McGrady owning 40% of leagues. A lot of rumors with him about going to the Knicks. There's almost positive that he's going to get traded somewhere, and even if he's only playing 20 to 25 minutes, we think he has some definite fantasy value in deeper leagues. Next, we got TJ Ford, owned in 35% of leagues. We know he's got some left in the tank. He finally got back into the game with the Pacers. He's been on the bench for a while, but his name has surfaced in some trade rumors, and if he lands in the right situation, he could be a great pickup for your team. And last is Andre Bloch with the Wizards, owned in 30% of leagues. Jameson, Butler, and Haywood have all surfaced in trade rumors. If any of those guys get traded, look for Bloch to get a lot more minutes. Alright, let's get into the waiver wire, and we start with Darren Collison. I was shocked to see he's still only owned in 60% of leagues. Now, more than likely, Chris Paul is going to be back before the fantasy playoffs, but there's no guarantees. You might as well pick up Collison and ride him out over the next few weeks. He's been playing amazing. Next, Corey Brewer, owned in 60% of leagues. The guy has been on fire lately. 14 or more points in 8 of his last 10 games. If you need a score, pick up Corey Brewer if he's available. Alright, let's take a look at some guys to add in maybe some deeper leagues. We got Carlos Delfino, owned in 55% of leagues. He's been averaging about 35 minutes a game over the last month. He's been filling up the stat sheet. His numbers have been inconsistent, but he gets you just a lot of stuff across the board. Next, we got Courtney Lee, owned in 50% of leagues. We really liked him coming into the year, but he just hasn't lived up to his potential. But over the last 5 games, he's been putting together some good games. We think moving forward, he could definitely come into his own. If you're looking for a guy to take a gamble on, we like Courtney Lee from here on out. Next, Chris Anderson, the Birdman, owned in 60% of leagues. He kind of fell off the radar there for a little while, but he looks to be healthy, and he's getting you those blocks and rebounds like he normally does. If you need a specialist type player, if you're looking for blocks and rebounds, pick up Chris Anderson if he's available. Now I got a couple guys that you might want to pick up in really deep leagues or just keep an eye on them. First is Charlie Bell, only owning 5% of leagues. He's had 10 plus points in 6 of his last 7 games. Now he doesn't do much more than score, but we do think he has potential of keeping this up for the rest of the year, so keep an eye on him. And also Luke Richard Mbah Mute, the guy with the weird name with Milwaukee, owned in 10% of leagues. In the last 3 games, he's been averaging about 35 minutes a game and pretty much averaging a double-double during that stretch. Now, we're not sure if this is going to continue, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on the situation. You might want to pick him up in the deepest of leagues if you're looking for a rebounder. So that's it for this week's show. I'm Dustin. As always, if you got any questions, post them in our forums.